Hey bestie, let's make a few things to make my week easier. But before we get started cooking, I have a few steps of my ritual that have to get done. First things first is the list has to go up on the board. This has my meals outlined, but then I read a list of what I can meal prep from that. I went a little overboard, so we'll see what we can get done. First things first is we've got to preheat the oven and then get a little show on. I'm still catching up with my girls from Potomac, but I think this is the latest season. And any iPad baby also needs a fun little drink. And if a Shirley Temple has no fans, I'm dead because I literally can't stop making them. Hyping myself up because the Nicole of the past really had a lot of faith in me today. She is an ambitious girly and we've got to love her. We're doing creme brulee cold foam today, so I'm getting the creme brulee started. I'm going back to cold foams that you guys love the most and making them again so I can add their recipe to mellow. So you get the heavy cream boiled up and then you've got to split your eggs. Fancy chefs do this thing where they do it in the shell, but I only find that to get eggshells in your eggs. So just get messy, dump the egg right into your hand and then split it from there. It's easier, trust me. Egg whites get put aside and then we add some sugar to the yolks. Mix that till it's like a pale yellow. And then once your heavy cream has come to a boil, you add in the egg mixture. You have to add the egg slowly so you don't end up with scrambled eggs. Thank you, Nicole. You're absolutely right. And so I add in the eggs to the heavy cream a little bit at a time and whisking throughout. Getting my water bath started, which means adding some water to a larger dish. Then putting the creme brulee dish in the water bath. It kind of just sits right in there. Then back in the oven to cook. And I'm going to let that bake for about 30 minutes. So setting my timer and then moving on to the next thing, which is boiling some pasta for a kale Caesar pasta salad. Getting the water on the stove to bring it to a boil. Next, I'm going to start roasting some chickpeas that will also go in the pasta salad. Open up the can, strain them, rinse them off a little. Then get them into a baking sheet with some avocado oil. You can get creative with the seasonings here. I use salt, pepper, garlic powder, and a little smoked paprika. And in the oven with the creme brulee. If you've watched a few of these, you know I like to get things cooking and then start doing the chopping prep. This saves time, but it obviously requires a little bit of multitasking, so keep that in mind. Water is boiling, and so the pasta's going in there, and I'm chopping up some ingredients to go into some immunity shots. Creme brulee is also out. God bless timers. For the immunity shots, I have 2 oranges, some ginger, turmeric powder, black pepper, and then I'm going to add in a little juice when I mix it up, but we'll see that later. Garbanzos are out and looking good. Now that most of the components to the pasta salad are done, I'm going to start prepping the kale, running my fingers up the stem to pull the leaves off, then getting them chopped up and washed. Recently got this salad spinner and it's changed my life when it comes to watching vegetables. And now it's time to assemble the pasta salad. Obviously noodles, and then we're going to add those garbanzo beans. Taking a little break to get that creme brulee in the fridge to set. And then continue with our pasta salad, adding in the kale. And then I'm going to add some avocado oil, lemon, parmesan, salt, pepper, and garlic. I'm leaving the dressing out so it doesn't get too soggy. Popping that in the fridge and crossing my first thing off. I don't think I'm alone in saying that eggs are out of most of our price ranges right now. So prepping some oatmeal jars for breakfast, getting the oats in there, some maple syrup, and a little bit of matcha powder and sea salt. It's really that simple, and all I have to do is add boiling water on the day that I'm making it. Food processors coming out for the immunity shots. This is the juice I'm using to kind of make it taste better. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. Blending up all of my ingredients with the juice and then getting that strained out. Couldn't find all my cute little shot glasses, and so we're just going to put this in a big bottle and pour it out when we need it. Crossing the juice off the list, and a reminder that some of these things on the list were aspirational. Since it's Valentine's Day, I wanted to make a cute little silly little treat. Saw these little love letter pastries all over Pinterest. I could have made a filling, but why when you have strawberry jam? Cut the pastry dough into squares and then added the jam in the center. Folded them all up and then add a little egg wash to keep everything together. Took my time finishing up the rest of the pastries. And then once I had them all done and egg washed up, I put them into the oven. Look how cute they look. And now by this time, my creme brulee has set to make the cold foam. Adding 2 scoops of that to some heavy cream with a little bit of maple syrup. And then getting that mixed up until it's very thick. And there she is, done and in the fridge. Now, at this point, would it be a Nicole video if I didn't mess something up? As soon as I saw these, I realized I should have used pie crust and not pastry dough. I mean, it's called puff pastry for a reason, but we don't waste over here, so it still will be eaten. So if you're scared to mess up in the kitchen, don't be. It happens. Only 4.5 hours later, your girl was doing too much, but this is like fun to me. Bye!